I'm Sean from Offload, Rugby Media.
This is Simeon, also known as the TikTok Ref.
Hi guys, I'm Murray, also known as Blissful Rugby HQ.
Hi guys, it's Kyle, also known as Rugby Kyle.
And welcome to Season 2
of the Rugby
Connection
podcast.
Hope you're ready for it.
For the fans.
By the fans.
Croissant, or should we say bonjour, to the Rugby Connection podcast. God knows what episode it is, but tonight we are joined by a special guest, another Irishman, Kyle. How are we this fine evening in Irish rugby?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant after the last 3 weeks. Great to be back talking shit as usual, but great to be back.
Grand. Now Murray, how are we?
I'm alright. We had a busy day yesterday, and like the last few weeks, a shit ton of rugby and great results all round. So
and alcohol.
Obviously, rugby and alcohol are the really best friends of the world. So there you go.
Really, it is, and I think we should just start off with that. I think that's a good note to start. I should probably mention that me and Murray, we both went to the Japan-Scotland game.
Yes.
Didn't sit together, but we both went, and we had 3 pints before 12 o'clock.
Yes, I got praised for it by my mates, and Simeon got shunned by his family for it. So that's the difference between Scotland and Wales.
Yes, the Welsh were like, "Oh, what are you doing, Howie?" My sister messaged me going, "You're a madman." I should also mention that I was quite drunk the night before as well. But you've got to get on. It would have been rude not to on the last weekend of the internationals. It would have been very rude. Kyle, much drinking for you?
Not a whole lot.
18.
No, I have a good reason not to. I was meant to have a game today and I got called off yesterday, so got to put the rugby first and then that second.
Do you know what? I do agree with you. If I'm refereeing the next day, I refuse to drink. So I respect
That surprises me.
Yeah. But on that, the game was good. Kind of a tale of two halves. Scotland having a very good first half. I was sat there going, this is going to be an absolute bloodshed. And Japan playing some really good rugby in the second half to bring it back. And kicked well. In my opinion, Scotland's discipline nearly lost in the game.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think the way I can describe it best was like Scotland played well, but Japan had most of the ball. Yeah. But when Scotland had the ball, we scored from it. So, yeah. Before we proper go into the game, massive congratulations to Scotland captain Stuart Hogg, most top try scorer in Scottish rugby history with 25 tries. What an effort.
Do you know what? It was so big. That was the first time I've ever watched Hogg in a stadium live. And it's mad to watch just how he move, his body move. You can't tell from the TV. And I was quite high up in a corner, but you could see everything. But the player, and obviously man of the match, Chris Harris, I've never seen a man work so hard off the ball. He's ordering everyone about. He's sprinting everywhere. That man is a machine.
You see it more in the stadium too. Like when you're in the stadium, you see more like players' work rates, where they're going, what they're saying, because you can hear it as well. It's way better to kind of see it, especially if you want to focus on one player if you're in the stadium. And I just started watching Chris Harris because I've heard about Chris Harris's work rate being so good. So I was like, I'm going to sit here and watch Chris Harris today, and it was just mad. It was mad because I bet you if you watched that game live on TV, you would have thought, why has he got man of a match? But if you were in the stadium, you would be like, yeah, that's why he got man of a match.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think I called him it like with you yesterday. Just called him body snatcher. Like the hits he was putting in yesterday, he was out to kill someone yesterday.
I think a lot of the Scottish team were. Doohan did murder someone.
Doohan did murder the
That was amazing.
Japanese fullback.
On players who I thought I haven't seen for a while play well, but played really well. Matsushima, great game.
Yes, Kotaro Matsushima. He's just lightning quick, isn't he?
Aye, he is quick. Nothing compared to Zamet, but we can get
his footwork though is insane. His footwork is insane.
Yeah, he's really small, so he's like he reminds me of an old Shane Williams.
Yeah, that's fair. I like that.
I haven't heard it before, but I can see it. On Hogg as well though. He's been on fire scoring tries, but I thought he's been not at his best compared to usual, I think, lately. Especially last week, I was pretty disappointed in him, even though he scored 2 tries. I know it sounds harsh, but
you clearly didn't listen to last week's episode. Me and we were always praising Hogg and how much better he was when he was on the Lions tour.
No, I didn't think so though. Maybe in the Lions tour he wasn't great in that either, but like he can play so much better. I just think he's been pretty poor in the air, to be honest. And I know it's pretty controversial. Not many people will agree with me, and not many people have. But I think he can do so much better than he is at the moment. Like he has way more potential. I
think that's fair. I mean, talking to players on the high ball, Liam Williams back to bomb diffuser. I know Murray's going to have a shout at me. Liam Williams has had a few very good games.
I hate him. We always admit that. I always admit he is a good player. I just can't stand him.
Yeah, that's like me and James Ryan.
It's the same with me for Curtly Beale. I was watching the game and I hate Curtly Beale. I hate Liam Williams, and I was like, oh, who do I hate more?
Who? Curtly Beale? That's who you like? Is that your most hate player?
No, but he's one of them. Right. The reason behind it is
give us a top three, no particular order. Kyle's most hated players. This is what people have come here to see.
Just off the top of my head, I'm gonna go. Okay, no, in no particular order. Curtly Beale used to be Chris Ashton, not anymore. Curtly Beale, Liam Williams, and gonna have to go maybe Johnny May. It's pretty similar to Murray's.
That's scarily similar. That is scarily similar.
I've reasoning behind hating Curtly Beale. I've reasoning.
Go for it. What's the reasoning?
So he was playing in the sports ground against Connacht before, and before the game, you can always see the players because they walk. Yeah. They have to walk out through the crowd when they're going to their seats to come out to warm up. And like everyone kind of, they'll say hi or whatever. I just said hi to him. I wasn't looking for him to stop or anything. He just looks at me, give me a dirty look, and keeps walking. And I loved him. I loved him at the time, and I've hated him ever since. Now keep in mind, this is like 6 or 7 years ago. I've hated him since.
It's like proper personal vendetta against Curtly Beale because he gave you a dirty look. That's brilliant.
Was that when he played for Wasps? Was it Wasps?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't he beat him though that day?
Yeah. When he kicked the last minute conversion.
That's the one. Well, there we go. 2 fingers to Curtly Beale.
Yeah.
I'm curious though, Simon. What's your top 3 hated players?
Right. So mine is so much more based off of discipline and just overrated. Like these are my things. So I can't, as a Welshman and as a referee, I have to hate Maro Itoje. These are kind of basic. These are a bit basic, these ones. Owen Farrell has to be an ever.
Right.
2 others that aren't basic, right? James Ryan, because he doesn't do anything. He did nothing today and then got injured and came off, and Ireland started playing better.
Well, we're just going to get questions.
That's because that was after Conor Murray went off.
That is true. Conor Murray was awful today.
I was
he was so slow at every breakdown.
Oh, it drove me nuts. Like when Casey came on, bang, bang, bang. Like Murray has to look, put his hand up, ref. Then look who he's passing to, get a blocker in place, knock on the ball, and then try and pass it.
Exactly. Oh no, he was. What time did Casey come on again? Because
50.
50. Then the red card happened, and then Ireland just scored tries.
Was that a red card, Simon?
Should we talk about the red card? I mean, red card. It came in just straight. I can't remember. Oh no, it was that. What's his name? He's officially the most red carded player in international history at 3.
He's got 3, yeah.
3,
and he's the most yellow carded player as well.
Yeah, he was already that. He now holds both records. So
yeah.
Well done. You're a dirty bastard.
His family are going to be really proud of that.
I know. He came in. It was over the ruck, wasn't it? He just came in, dived over the ruck, shoulders straight to Cian Healy's cheek.
Did you guys hear Peter O'Mahony?
Oh, he was going ballistic, wasn't he? He was going.
Yeah. He said, oh, that's really unlike you, isn't it? He said, oh, you're a hard man, aren't you? We'll see what happens.
Honestly,
and he was like scumbags.
Would anyone else just like to have seen a massive scrap between O'Mahony and Lavanini?
Oh, I don't think that would go well for O'Mahony in the end, though.
No, but O'Mahony
I just think there's some people in rugby you just don't hit illegally or punch, and Cian Healy's one of them.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
just
it was a
Ugh.
straight card. I thought Matthew Carling had a really good game as well as ref.
Yeah, he was very good.
I thought he's a bit of a hit and miss referee, but he was so consistent all game. I was really impressed. I've always quite liked him. And me and Murray were talking about this in the week of, you know how you talk about player depth in each country. We were talking about referee depth, and we've both agreed that the best referee depth by far and quality of is England.
England are superior. They've the best referees by far. They've got the 3 best referees in the world. Probably they have.
What? Barnes, Pierce, Carling.
Oh, yeah, I'd say Carly's up there now.
I agree. I'm trying to think of anyone else who's.
I thought.
Yeah, I think you're fair. Wayne Barnes had a good game, but no, I mean, I think we should briefly just talk about Ireland's domination.
I was playing nicely.
I thought Argentina could have won the game in that first minute, and then they did so well. And
they should have been ahead at halftime. They should have been ahead at halftime. They
missed 2 penalties and they missed a try.
They left behind 13 points in that first half. Like, I felt so sorry for what wasn't it, Carreras?
Yeah.
Wasn't it Carreras? He dropped the ball and
he
was trying to transfer it to pass it and he dropped the ball. And I felt so sorry for him, but Buffelli had a shocker off the kick. Injury. Yeah. He fell straight in his face.
It was it was bad. But I mean, Carberry man of the match showed that there is a successor to Sexton.
Yeah.
I thought he was better at 15. When he moved to 15, I thought he was better.
100%. He had more. Carberry is so much better when he's got a bit of space.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who it was that was it a semi-quarter final when he was playing for Leinster? And he played fullback for Leinster. Maybe Wasps or something. And he was absolutely world class that game.
He's a bit. I've always thought he's a 15 though.
I wouldn't say no to it, to be honest. If you're looking for that,
Keenan out.
No, but like if you're looking like the whole like when Ford was at 10 and Farrell was at 12, you could have, or like when New Zealand had Moanga at 10 and Barrett at 15, you could do that.
I think Ireland needs some of that, yeah. Or especially for the meantime, so Carberry gets game time. Because that's the issue. None of it, Kyle might have to disagree, but I'm pretty sure no Ireland 10 has barely any game time. Not even Carberry does for Ireland. So
yeah, you're right, because he's been injured as well.
Carberry playing game times at internationals.
Yeah, but I don't think you can push Keenan out the way he's playing either. I think he's nailed on.
The wing?
Yeah, I just think he's way better at fullback. I know he was playing on the wing more, but I think him at fullback, he's probably better than Carberry can be at fullback, I think.
True. But
it's a tough one, though. It's a really tough one.
I've got a topic for you. I discussed it with you earlier, Simeon. The Scotland-Japan game, when the last penalty of the game, basically, Finn Russell was adamant he was going to corner.
I saw that, yeah.
This was right in. By the way, where me and Murray was sat, like we were sat near each other, but not
right in front of us.
It was right there.
I backed Russell.
It did not look pretty, and it all came out that Finn was basically winding Hogg up to high heaven, and basically just said, "Yeah, we were always going to go for the sticks. Don't worry, mate, I got this." I was like, and it just made me click. Like, if you flipped that and put that in an Ireland, like Sexton would lose his shit at Finn Russell. It would not work. It'd be so funny.
That would be awful.
No, he would. The referee would nearly have to step in. But I'm back Russell. Like, I just like to see them kick to the corner and try and play and score another try.
I was shouting for the corner as well.
Yeah. And I thought maybe Hogg would give in, but he was never giving in.
No.
Apparently the whole plan was genuinely kick for the sticks, but Finn told Ali Price, "I'm going to tell Hoggy I'm kicking for the corner." Oh, like, what?
Did you ever see in 2017 in the line store, Zebo told Murray that the time was up? Last time to kick it out, and it wasn't up at all.
And he got a dick of a day for it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh no, I've actually got a funny story. On more funny stories, I refereed a game on Wednesday, a uni game on 4G. It was beautiful. It was Edinburgh Engineers versus Edinburgh YP. So 2 Uni of Edinburgh teams, right? Engineers, lovely bunch of lads. Go sponsor their Movember thing. I always get my little sponsor things in. But after the game, mine, they lost. They invited me out to their pub and stuff to go out with them. I was like, you can't miss these opportunities. Kyle, when you go to uni, you'll learn. Someone says go for pints, you just take it. You say yes and go and get some pints in. And they have deals there, so you get cheap pints.
For fuck's sake, you and bloody pies.
No, I'm not brought up pies actually, but we do have some more food to bring up. But I went out with them. Lovely. They had free food. They had chips and pizza. Very nice, right? But then they have 2 dicks of days and 2 man of the matches, right? So the 2 dicks of days were, one was this guy came on. He was on for 2 minutes, deliberately knocked on the ball, yellow in the red zone, straight yellow. He had no number on his back, so in my notebook I had to just write ginger because it was the only ginger. Yeah, I know. And then the other dick of the day was so they only have 15 shirts, and one of them forgot one of her shirts. So they were in a slightly different coloured shirt. It was like a different pattern, and so that was a bit of a man of the match. I can't remember off the top of my head. Was one of their forwards just had a brilliant game, and then I got the other man of the match. Big up the ref. But we all had to down a pint, and the ref came second out of 4 people. I nearly came first, which I think is an embarrassment for the players, to be honest.
Yeah, that's not good for them.
I know, but it was.
I'm guessing they won if you got man of the match.
If it was, pardon?
I'm guessing they won if you got man of the match.
Wait, come again?
Did they win if you got man of the match? Yeah.
No, it was just like it was like for their own team man of the match.
Okay, yeah.
And I only just remembered as well. Later on, we found another dick of a day because they were in the game. I was on the wrong side of a row. Well, not. It was just they went that way. I thought they were going to go that way. It was right on the try line. They went over. I couldn't see a grounding. All I could see was held up. So I said held up, and the player was like, "No, it was a try." I was like, "Well, I haven't seen. I can't give it." Like, okay, fair enough. And then at one point, at halftime, one of the players went, "Oh, we've got a photo of it. We can tell you it's a try." And I was like, "Show me after the game. Show me in the pub afterwards, and I'll look at it." Right. We got it in there, right? Looked at this photo, and the player who claimed to have scored a try held up his own try, and it was photographic evidence. They didn't see it. I was like, no, there's fingers under that ball.
That's so stupid.
It was so funny.
One of my mates was playing a game a couple of weeks ago, and he got yellow carded for apparently a high tackle, which was fine. But someone was taking photos of the game. They're like, "Oh no, ref, look at this. It's not high." They showed the referee the picture of the tackle. Referee reversed it, and he's like, "Oh no, it's not a yellow card."
You're not allowed to do that.
I meant to message you about it and like ask were you allowed to do that. Like he reversed his decision.
Oh, for fuck's sake, no! Oh no, someone was telling me about some poor refereeing today as well, but I'm not gonna name any teams or names. But one of my mates was telling me something about it, and I was just sat there going like, "What?" All they were saying is they could bully the ref into giving them a decision.
Oh, we had that.
Did you?
I told you. It didn't work. The scrum half from the last team we played was being a mouthy little fucker at the referee, trying to badger him into getting decisions, and we still put 60 on them. So
nice. Oh,
aye.
To be fair on that, actually in the game last week, one of you nines was yapping, and I just went, "Shut up! Stop being a scrum half." And then he was like, "Okay, ref." Yeah, as you should. On interesting refereeing decisions, as it always seems to come back to, Cymru and Bev, 29-28 to Wales.
Before you get into this, I mean, you fuckers love scoring the knock-on, maybe not knock-on tries, don't you? It's becoming a thing, like a little theme.
Is it bad as well if I tell you I refed in my last adults game in Wales, my last first team game in Wales, that happened and won that game? That was like ages ago. It was backwards. I'm convinced it was backwards.
It's a Welsh thing.
God knows, yeah.
You practice it.
Right, before you guys start shitting on Wales, because I know it's going to happen. Let's two points. One, Australia, first time in 70-something years they've lost all their autumn tests.
45.
Oh, okay.
70.
I doubled the years there. They did that. But for me, and I remember I've watched Wales all my life, as much as the decisions could be this, could be that, Wales aren't very good at grinding out a win in that very last minute. And I think regardless of what went on before that game, the way they got up the field, they were 60 metres back and they picked and go. Gareth Davies went around the ruck like he does. And we went all the way up and then won a penalty. And Brees Priestland, the man with a point to prove, cold as ice, slotted it through the middle. And I was really proud of Wales for doing that because it was good. And I enjoyed a happy Welsh win that day. It was the first weekend this autumn where my own team, my adopted team, both won as well in Wales and Scotland.
It's the first time all home nations have won since we've done the show.
Yeah. All the 6 nations.
Yeah, good day for Northern Hemisphere.
Which is good.
Well, apart from Japan, because they're technically Northern Hemisphere, so.
They don't count.
They're in such a weird position because the head coach wants, they want a Japanese team in Super Rugby, but it's a Southern Hemisphere tournament. So I'm like, okay.
But geographically, they're a lot closer.
But they're not going to fly here either, though.
No, it wouldn't be. It's like South Africa is geographically a lot closer to here, and there's no time zone difference. There's a 2-hour time zone.
Yeah, it's so easy.
It does make a lot of sense for South African teams to be in there. But what did you guys think of the Welsh game? And then we'll talk about refereeing.
I thought it was a good game, and I actually want to praise Nick Tompkins for the questionable try because he done the thing everyone at youth level gets taught. Play to the whistle.
Play to the whistle. Can we also say Nick Tompkins, man with a point to prove that he was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Every time 8 yards.
Basham is insane though, and he's been insane now for the last 2 games. He's been on fire.
And Ellis Jenkins.
Yeah.
To think the Welsh classic back row of Dan Liddy or Moriarty, Tipbrick, and Falatau all haven't played, and we're playing a completely different back row in Basham, Jenkins, and Wainwright, and they're just as good.
Yeah. I mean, I really rate Ted Basham. I think he's fantastic. And I think it was actually Sam Warburton that made a good point. It's actually a blessing that the regular starters are all injured because now Ted Basham is in and it looks like he could be the front runner in a way.
The World Cup depth for Wales. I know maybe Wales haven't had the classically best autumn, but we had a poor game against New Zealand. That was always going to happen. We kind of knew it was New Zealand New Zealand are a shit team now. I forgot. But so Wales lost to a shit team. But we had one out. The South Africa game was Wales' best game. There's no ifs and buts about that.
Yeah, and still lost.
Fiji again. It's that weird one where we managed to hold on. It was an odd one, a red card. And then Australia. Wales. But I think a lot of people forget Wales have a thing with Australia, but we always seem to lose to them. Saying that we haven't lost to them in years, but it was that whole thing for we couldn't beat them for so long. So as a Welshman, we always get up for that type of game.
Yeah, I get that. It's we got beat last week to South Africa. We haven't beat South Africa since 2010. So I get what you mean. So it's when they come to town, can we do it?
It's a mental. It is a mental thing, though.
There was one I forgot to mention with you a few weeks ago, and I'll get Kyle's thought on it as well. So going into the Scotland-Australia game, Scotland were the underdogs, but after the game, it's the first time in 40 years we beat Australia 3 on the bounce.
Yeah,
and under Gregor Townsend, we are undefeated against Australia. So how are we the underdogs in that one?
Australia are in such a weird place at the moment as a team.
They're so unpredictable.
They could beat the world. I think. Right. Tell me if I'm wrong. Australia is the new most French team in world rugby.
Yeah, 100%.
Because we need to get away from saying that about France after that performance in Paris. Holy shit!
We haven't finished the Welsh refereeing yet.
Oh, come on! That was
we have to talk about that.
Fine. No, it's not like Murray's done this one to me before. It's fine.
No, continue. Be a little bit.
No.
No, it's fine. You've ruined it. It's gone.
Good.
Moment's gone.
That was my idea there. That's one. That's 1-0. You did it 2 weeks ago. I hold grudges.
What did I do?
2 weeks ago. I don't know what.
What? All right. I apologise then.
I apologise too. Mwah.
Wow.
But the referee. So we had the red card. When we spoke, you asked me about it, and I said I'll talk about it on a pod to get more. It always has been, and people don't realise it because people are like, no, it's head on head. It's a rugby incident. There's a different thing. There's two instances. There's head on head by accident when you're both going up to catch a ball, or it's unlucky in a ruck. But when you're going in for a tackle, stood completely upright, high, and never lowering, and you go and he's wrapping around his nipple line, so it's already a high tackle, and then you just bash your head into him. That's your own fault. You're taught to go cheek to cheek. I don't know if that's what you guys said.
Yeah.
Face cheek to bum cheek, and his head is what when rugby players that size, that's about a meter away from where it should be.
Cheek to cheek, eye to thigh.
Yeah. So it's always a high tackle. It's always a red card. It's just an odd one like that. I will say, the Curtly Beale one was definitely yellow. That's just deliberate knock on in the red zone. You don't do it. I will say Wales were very lucky not to get a red when Gareth Thomas.
Yeah, I was wondering about that one. How wasn't that? I was thinking yellow.
I don't know what the ref said because I was in a very loud Irish bar and couldn't hear the commentary. But to me, I don't know because my only theory of why it wasn't a red is the force was quite low.
It's a tough one. Like I was thinking at the start yellow, and that's what was given, obviously. But at the same time, we've seen reds for it. Like it was a little bit different. But Xander Fagerson and Peter O'Mahony's reds, they were a bit worse, but they're a little bit similar at the same time.
That's
coming into a rough recklessly.
They're exactly what I thought. I think if I saw that on a Saturday, like if I was that right in front of me and I just saw someone bang, you'd send them off. But more than anything, to keep discipline in the game and to stop people fighting, you'd give that a red card. But I can kind of see it was a bit yellow, a bit red. But so I'm not a hypocrite. I will call it a red purely because you both got reds for it against us. So I will hold it and say that is a red card. The knock on is, and I made a video on it, and the comments are really interesting because it's not just Welsh people going, oh, it was a knock on. There's been a lot of English, a lot of Scottish, a lot of Irish agreeing that it's not a knock on. It's gone down and then bounced backwards. So it's kind of just gone straight down. So if you gave it a knock on, it's technically yes. If you did it, it's technically no. That's my view on it.
For me, it counts as a knock on. Like, are World Rugby going to have to review the knock on law now because of this?
I've said it for so long, they have to. Because of the last one and this one, it's kind of that weird zone of, it's not in law, it's kind of a knock-on, but kind of not a knock-on, and then it becomes the referee's interpretation, so no one's ever happy. I think they really need to review what a knock-on is, and actually on that, on how much control there needs to be in grounding a try, like the Zammit one. Because the Zammit one, yes, that's a try, but it's a bit like, it's not, you don't need control to score a try, but I think there should be control, because it would make it a lot easier for everyone.
Yeah. That's fair.
Did anyone see Dave Rennie after the game?
No. Oh, no. He called out Mike Addison. It was an absolute...
He did, yeah. He called out. He said they had a shocker.
But that's just because he lost. That's just two controversial decisions against him. That's just like... Do you know what? I think, was it Eddie... the Wales-England game back in the Six Nations? I don't think Eddie Jones even had a go at the referee that game. Afterwards, I'm pretty sure he just stayed silent about the whole thing.
Yeah, they asked Owen Farrell about it as well, and he didn't question them. But with the Dave Rennie thing, it's like, oh, we'll get an apology during the week, and that would be it. But I wonder, will he get a fine instead of an apology?
But quite possibly.
Like, if Priestland didn't kick that, would he be crying?
Pardon?
If Priestland didn't kick that, would he be that angry?
No, exactly. He wouldn't be. It would have been... Oh, Australia was so good, silly referee. Thanks for a great... I've been there. I know what it's like being there. And it's a last minute. Like, you've refereed really well. You've got nice teams when it's a last minute decision and then they both say thank you. But I've been there and it was a I actually remember a good game of it. It was one back in Wales. And it was just the last minute penalty. It was clear holding on. Gave penalty, went for goal, 3 points. Ref, you've had an absolute shocker. But all game, it was like, good game. You're doing a great job, ref. I knew if they'd missed the kick, it would have been, like, it's just like, seriously, get a grip, people.
It's fair. Yeah. But is this now going to be a common thing now that, like, Razzie Erasmus has been punished for it? So Dave Rennie's bumping his gums. Is he now going to get fined and suspended?
I think it's fine. I don't think it's suspension because unless he goes and makes a video on it in the week, because that was very bad. It was appalling.
I know, but do you know what I mean? Like, is this just going to be a normal thing now?
I wonder if it'll be like the red cards in the moment. They're being slightly harsher on red cards to give them, so it cuts it out the game, and then maybe it'll become a bit soft, like
just start fining coaches, and then they'll stop a little bitch about things. Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good, I think.
There we go. People are agreeing with me for once. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're not gonna agree with me now, but I'm gonna bash Wales. I think 2 weeks in a row they weren't the better team and they've won. I think they've been a bit lucky.
Oh, I agree with you.
Really?
I don't disagree at all. I completely agree. We were the better team in the South Africa game, but lost.
Yeah.
And we would have shit. Wales always win when we're shitter.
Yeah, for sure. Isn't that like 4 red cards the opposition have got this year?
Pardon?
Isn't that 4 red cards? You're naming them there
you got. I sent a thing to Sean. It's 6. So Scotland
6 cards under Feedback.
No. 6 red cards, in 1 year.
But you've won a game under Feedback.
No, right, so here we go. So the games where there's been red cards for the other team when they played Wales, Ireland, Piromani, Ferguson, Scotland, one of the French second rows, one of the Argentinians.
Oh, yeah.
Fiji and Australia.
Are you winding me up?
No, but
I thought it was only 4.
But you know how people have been like Wales hating? It's become a thing. Like everyone's hating on Wales. It pisses me off to the core, not because I'm Welsh. It's like, right, okay, cool, shit on Wales. Don't give a red card away. Because I personally believe if you give a red card away, you don't deserve to win because you should have been more disciplined. That's the referee in me. But it's just like, you can't shit on a team for winning with red cards when your team's giving them away.
Unless it's Wales that have got like the 6.
Pardon?
Unless it's Wales at the 6.
That's the thing. It's just Welsh bullying these days. Wales have become the villains, and they haven't done anything wrong.
No, they've took full advantage like any other team would. It's just happening so often for you. It's almost kind of came like a running joke sort of thing. Like, here we go.
What? But the thing is, as well, they've all been. It's not like they've all been. Oh no, they were yellow cards and the ref's given a red. They were all red cards.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. No, I know what ones that were definitely reds. I'm just trying to think of the one. I'm trying to think of all of them. I can't.
No, they were all reds, I think.
I can't draw a picture for the Argentina one.
Pardon?
I can't paint a picture for the Argentinian red card.
No, I can't either. I think it. Oh no, I remember exactly what it was. I think it was Kieran Hardy or Hallamamos went up for it.
Oh yeah, in the summer. Yeah, right.
And he came in from so far and just went straight shoulder to head. It was
in the summer.
Yeah, that was it.
They're all red, so.
Yeah. There we go. But I think a game where I think we all have to agree the best game of the weekend, and I can see a little ball of it in the background. New Zealand, France.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Just what? I mean, at that point of the day, I was kind of half-assed watching it, but that was kind of just like I was doing something else, like I was cooking, and then I look at the game. And I was like, oh, France have scored again. Oh, then, New Zealand's going to come back and win. Oh, no, France are winning. It was fucking nuts.
There was a time that I thought they were going to win.
Are you ready for these mad facts about this game? About this famous one?
Give us a stat rundown.
Right, so it's the first time since France have beat New Zealand since 2009, right?
In the what?
Wait, it's the first time since they've beat New Zealand in France since 2000.
Now
Since
Paris.
in that game in the 2000, Romain Ntamak was 18 months old, and Fabien Galtier was his starting scrum half.
Oh my Jesus! It's like
But
Gregor Townsend when they beat England at home. He was.
yeah, he was starting 10. Yeah. But I mean, speaking of Romain Ntamak, 7 carries and over 100 meters made. I mean, that dead ball run. Fair play, I mean, absolute madness, but it worked.
It could have gone the other way. It could have gone so bad though as well.
I know. I seen him step at it, and I was like, oh.
I was like, what are you doing? Kick it out.
Yeah, just kick it out, and he just kept running, and he stepped, and I'm like, all right, keep going, go for it. Why not?
Utter madness. I mean,
if
where do we think New Zealand's at? Because
I think they need to sit down and proper look at themselves. I think
they need to bring Razor in.
Yes, get Scott Robinson in.
Yeah, I was going to say Ian Foster. He's been what, 2 seasons? Am I correct in saying?
Yeah.
The
took over after
Championship before COVID, or was it during COVID? He only had a 50% win rate, and then they did win the Rugby Championship. Yet they still lost games and still were put. And they've come here and only had a 50-50. And the 2 teams they beat was a really underwhelmed Wales team, which I know they were always going to win, and Italy, who
struggled against Uruguay.
No, but then as well, New Zealand did struggle against Italy for a wee bit.
Exactly. Italy had them 0-0 for half an hour.
Yeah, they're in a very strange place.
And this is a big issue. And it was kind of my issue with Ireland when Andy Farrell took the job. But he's kind of like totally changed that now, so it doesn't matter. But I have so much issue with like the right-hand man of the former coach taking the lead. I don't like it. Purely because like, Ian Foster, how long was Ian Foster with Steve Hansen? Like the whole time? Or a good chunk of it anyway.
He was with him for a long time. I'm not sure if it's the whole term though.
So like you know how like Steve Hansen is probably the greatest coach ever.
No.
Steve Hansen.
No, I'm saying Warren Gatland. No, here we go. Steve Hansen had the All Blacks. A fucking Muppet could still get wins with the All Blacks.
Clearly they can't, because Ian Foster's in charge, can't do shit. So no, he can't.
Still get wins. No,
why didn't Gatland get the All Blacks?
Gatland is a better coach than Steve Hansen.
Why didn't Gatland get the All Blacks then?
Exactly.
Well, he did with the Lions.
No, but there are Kyle's on about why did Gats get the All Blacks job? He was front runner.
I think he'll get eventually.
I don't think he will. Scott Robertson's there with Crusaders kicking ass and taking names with it. He's
but I don't think. All right, I agree. Scott Robertson will be a great All Black coach. I don't see him leaving Crusaders though.
There's a clause in his contract. When New Zealand come calling, that's him gone.
Is it?
That's how serious this is. That if New Zealand come and go, hey mate, we want you. See ya.
You know how he's kind of about like break dancing. He's like a bit mad. Like Scott Robinson's a bit insane, I feel.
Oh, very.
Yeah, I love him, and I think he'd be a great All Blacks coach. I just don't see him in the job just because of
that.
Yeah,
it's so hard to picture.
Win a World Cup and way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be fun. Like imagine if Eddie Jones won a World Cup. God prayers or soul, he does not. He'd be sat there being such an arrogant arsehole.
He wouldn't even look at a bottle of beer like.
No, exactly. Like, do you remember fucking the Springbok after they did it with Faf de Klerk in his underwear, and then Prince Harry comes in and they give Harry a beer.
Yeah, but it's Prince Harry. We all know what he's done in the past. That's fine.
I think in that France All Blacks game, Dupont possibly proved that he's the best scrum half in the world. And I just denied it before this, but what do you guys think?
Best player in the world by far. I mean, look at the nominations.
Yeah.
Definitely got it.
100%, yeah.
We don't talk about the World Rugby nominations, because they really irritate. Well, actually, on it, is it when do we find out like the nominees for try of the year?
They're out now. They're on YouTube.
Are they?
Right?
Yeah, they're not great. They're nothing. Like there are some good tries, but I'm like,
Is that mate Scotland try in there?
nope,
Surely.
What? He was try of the Six Nations.
nope.
That's
World Rugby
that's-
can't organise a fucking
that's
picture
crazy.
jury.
I think it's I can't even remember who scored them, so that tells you how bad they are. There's a French one. There's I think it's an Australian one, a New Zealand one, and I want to say South Africa. And it's not even, and I'm just saying it like that because it's not even like ones that come off the top. Like New Zealand, it's not any of the Will Jordan tries. Or France.
Sorry.
The French try was from the summer test against Australia with their bloody third team.
Call me biased. Call me biased.
You're biased.
Wales and Scotland have scored some beauties this season. Ireland have scored some beauties this season.
Yeah.
That France try versus Australia was amazing, to be fair, though. I think I know the one that you're on about.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, they're not ones that, like, come off the top of your head.
Yeah, you wouldn't think of that straight away.
And, yeah, like New Zealand, like Will Jordan, I don't even think he's nominated for Try of the Year. And
He probably got 10 of them that could be.
Exactly.
The nominations are crazy, even for Player of the Year, I think. Like, there's some questionable ones for sure, I think. No South Africans, no All Blacks.
We spoke about this last week. It's absolute, apart from Dupont, it's all bollocks.
None of them make sense.
Yeah.
I get that Mar is overall a good player, but he's not had the best year. You just said that last week, Simeon.
Well, no, he was shit in the Six Nations. I thought he wasn't going to get picked for the Lions tour. He was that bad in the Six Nations.
It's just because he got Player of the Tour, which was questionable enough.
Yeah.
I didn't even think he was player of the tour. I don't know who I'd have given it to, but no, I don't know. Doohan or Adams or
I would have given it one that scored.
Maro got man of the match in the first test, and that was it. He didn't really do much after that.
He did fuck all. It was like when Jonathan Davis won it in New Zealand. He was good every game.
Yeah. And like when Halfpenny won it.
Yeah. That was
2013 Halfpenny.
No, you're going to get me excited. Let's stop because Halfpenny in 2013. Jesus Christ, what a man. Whew.
We discussed it last week about the nominations. Like, Hamish Watson got Player of the Six Nations, was consistent on the Lions tour, has 100% success rate of tackles the whole year. No,
I wouldn't have him on the list, but he should be there over some of the players that are there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't say, like, as much as I love Hamish, if he was nominated, I'd probably go on, lad, go for it, but I don't think he would ever win it.
Well, speaking about no South Africans and South Africa not getting the win, what a game.
What a game.
Me and Murray watched it together in Malone's with all my mates who were doing nursing. We were having a great crack in there, weren't we?
I was loving it. The drunk guy next to me was kind of a bit annoying, but...
Was that the Creef dude?
Not the absolute mountain that stood up next to me. Not him. His mate.
No, that was But no, what? It was because we were kind of walking past. We're in a massive fucking queue to get in, stuck between like two lots of folk from Belfast. I was having fucking PTSD over that. Oh no, I can't say. Oh no, that just came out of that one. Anyway. Oh no. Anyway. Good job. Right.
Sauce.
I need a fucking
sauce.
Sauce. Sex.
Anyway. We got into the pub.
No. Anyway, we were walking past the window. It's extremely depressing. We were walking past the pub And the score was extremely depressing because we were seeing South Africa get battered. We walked in, and when maybe it was us, Murray, because we walked in, and all of a sudden England started becoming England's favourite thing to do: penalty machine.
Yeah.
Giving away.
Can I just say, apart from the result, because it was a good result, and England did play well overall.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I think England did deserve to win.
Like, I mean,
100%, yeah.
Freddie Stewart just took international rugby like a duck to water. He is fantastic. It's frightening how good he actually is. Bear in mind, he only got capped in the summer.
I don't think he should have been man of the match, though. For me.
No,
For
that's
me, it was
you
Smith
given
or
it to?
Dale Endy. Dale Endy or Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Smith. Do you know what was quite nice? You had Smith, obviously you knew young 10, cold as ice at the end, and then Wales, Priestland, the old head coming back and doing a job. It was so good to see.
And then Finn Russell doing Finn Russell thing. There you go.
Yeah, and then we have Finn Russell, where we could have again. Actually, that's really interesting. If the three home nations, or like United Kingdom nations, even though we don't United Kingdom, what's that? But those three nations, they all had a last-minute penalty to finish a game.
Yeah, with a different, very, very different style of 10 as well.
You've got the Maverick, I don't know what you'd call Smith.
Boy Wonder.
The Boy Wonder, and then the cold head.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I lost my train of thought now. Yes, anyway, what was I saying? The positives away from England's result, for me, Sam Underhill and Johnny May are dog shit. And I've been right. And it makes me feel so good. Because
he was sat there the whole game going on about how shit they are.
They are.
Underhill's been talked up for so long, though, now, since he came back from injury. And he's not been as good as people are saying.
Sam Underhill was really good.
He was insane.
Oh, when he played for the Ospreys, especially. Jesus Christ.
But
Overrated 15. That's all. It was Kyle that asked me that and got me like all my hate for that question.
Do another one. Do a new one.
Do an update after. Do an autumn series. Overrated 15.
Yeah.
Right now.
Like,
do you know what? Yeah, do it. We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do a joint. We'll do a team one. Wait, so this one is a shout out to Harvey Allen. Follow for more. Combine 15.
That's not how I sound.
Oh no, he didn't do it like that. He went follow for more. Combine 15.
Harvey's Scottish accent's actually quite impressive. That's actually all right.
Right. Loose head prop. Most overrated from the. This is the finish. This is the finish. I think this is a fun ending point. Loose head prop.
Wait a minute, just before we have mentioned like one more game. LA beat Uruguay. Just.
Also, wait, and me and Mo both agree. This is the finish. Uruguay will beat Italy in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorted.
Done.
Well,
Uruguay. Oh no. Anyway.
Oh, no. Anyway, yeah. Good
overrated prop. I know he didn't start any of the game. I'd say Stephen Kitshoff. I feel like he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually did the whole lot.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't care anymore.
People saying like he's the best in the world. I've seen people say he's the best loosehead in the world.
Yeah. There we go. Nice and easy.
Right.
Hooker.
So Stephen Kitshoff, hooker.
Has there been any bad hooker?
Yeah. I think Cody Taylor maybe, and I've talked to him so much this year, but he hasn't performed.
Okay.
I know he didn't play.
Yeah,
yesterday,
that's fair. Actually, yeah, I'll go with that one. Cody Taylor.
Tight head can't be tight. Sorry, tight head of the. I just want to briefly mention it. Tight head of the bloody what's it called? All Nations. Tyke Furlong was fucking amazing every game. Just
as always.
Overrated tight head. Xander Fagerson.
Okay.
Because
I've always said that.
So it's a little bit of a backstory. I used to love Xander Fagerson when he first burst onto the scene. Then he broke his leg, and he came back, and his discipline was absolute horse shit. Like, he was constantly giving away penalties. He was constantly trying to get in fights. He then kind of nipped it in the bud a little bit, got selected for the Lions, and now he's done that.
I can tell you one thing he got.
Next. No, but like he kind of like cleaned up his act after that red card.
And he was
Went
quite good
on
for
to-
a bit.
Went on to the Lions tour. Did all right for the games he was given. And now he's just back to pushing and shoving and just go away, doing my nothing again. I can't be arsed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Kitshoff, Cody Taylor, and Xander Ferguson's our front row.
James Ryan.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Actually.
James Ryan.
No, he was poor when he was on today, but he was good last week, and
No,
he
he
was
wasn't.
good the week before.
He
He's
wasn't.
really
He was
improved
good.
his
He did
game.
nothing. He did fuck all.
No,
He just
he's
fucking
improved
around
his
the
hand.
pitch.
His handling's improved. His awareness has improved, and he's still not as good as probably people talk up that he should be
But
starting
he's
for the Lions.
overrated. He's
Right,
but the thing, right, he might have been better, but he's still massively overrated.
In general, maybe, but
Yeah,
not
yeah.
from the
But
autumn.
But it's just for the autumn, so we can't. Right, I'm not going to pick James Ryan because I'm not making the decision. I can't be bothered. I don't want to.
No, I haven't James Ryan. We'll give a choice: James Ryan and then another one.
Yeah, so you have a definitive second row, and then you've got the option of.
Yeah. So
Right.
who's been? Who are my usual culprits?
Johnny Hill. Johnny Hill.
Oh yeah,
Johnny
Johnny
is
Hill's
up
done.
there.
Yeah.
Johnny Hill's done
He's-
nothing.
He's done F all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Johnny Hill and I'm going to say Paul Williamson. Paul Williamson did nada.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
So you've got your three there. You can pick James Ryan.
You can make
or
any order you want there. There's your three options. At second row, back row. Back row's tough because so many back rows put their like.
Yeah, because the whole Welsh back row, as you said
Well,
earlier.
Sam Underhouse, are definite going in there.
Sam, yeah, okay, say because we said that. Sam Underhill at 7.
Artie Sevilla for me. Again, I've talked up with him like saying he's the best back row in the world, but I thought he was pretty poor.
Okay. I like it controversial. You know what? You have that. I like this.
He's still the best 8 in the world, but he's going into this, I think. For me.
I'm going for another Frenchman at number 8.
No.
I'm going Gregory O'Dree. I feel like he didn't do any. He's done nout this autumn. I feel like that might be a bit harsh. I just feel like, yes, they've been like France overall have played really well, and well, not even really well. They like struggled against Georgia for the most part. But Gregory O'Dree, yes, he made some like nice little carries here and there, but it wasn't like the same Gregory O'Dree that we had in Six Nations.
Agree. Okay, that's fine. So there we
yeah.
go. It's Aldi Surveyor, Gregory O'Dree, and
Sam Underhill.
Hill.
Very controversial.
Okay. Conor Murray.
Has Conor Murray played every game though?
He only played. He was off the bench in
New Zealand.
2. Yeah, and he started today. Yeah, I can back that though. I can still back that.
Okay, cool, good. I like Conor Murray bashing.
Anyone else you could
Overrated 10.
Bigger.
Dan Bigger. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bigger.
Damn. Callum right, the whole autumn it should have been Priestland or Sheedy.
Yeah. Not Anscombe.
No, Anscombe was right. There's your choice. You can have Anscombe or Bigger. Pick your Welsh 10, who used to be really good and are now shit. Well, saying that,
Sheedy was on poor form, but still.
Bigger had a really good game against South Africa, and then a really 2 poor games. He was good against South Africa, but I'll keep him in because I wish it was Sheedy. Centres?
Ooh.
Faz?
A lot of centres were good, I think.
Faz?
Yeah, I think Smith was better when Farrell went off last week and without Farrell today. I think Smith played better when Farrell
Yeah.
Farrell got injured and pulled the string. I know it was a thumping against Tonga. Like anyone that could go against Tonga would have done all right, but no, I wouldn't actually say one Farrell. I thought he's actually played all right. Inside centre that's not done particularly.
That's a hard one.
Matt Scott, only because he got his big chance against South Africa.
But he wasn't overrated. That's the thing.
Oh, overrated. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
remember
forgot.
it's overrated. We're doing.
Ooh.
Did no Aki performed?
Nah, he was good. Yeah,
Aki was
I
great.
I'd say I know he didn't play this week maybe, but actually no, he only played one game. I was gonna say Leonard Brown, but he only played last week.
Yeah, no.
No, not him. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure for centre.
I think Old 12's had a good.
I want to. There is one in my head, and it's not because he's even a bad player or even overrated. I don't think it's just because he hasn't really done a whole lot.
Go.
Sam Johnson.
I love
Yeah,
Sam, but I
thought of
agree.
him,
He's
but-
not. I love Sam Johnson. Yeah, you know what? Just because we can't think of anyone else, chuck Sam Johnson in there.
Who's 13 then? I thought of Len Ikitau. He was brilliant in the Rugby Championship, but he didn't do much for me, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll go for that
Okay.
one. He could have. Yeah, 100%.
Wings and fullback.
Start on the wing. Johnny May on the wing.
Okay, yeah. Johnny May on one wing.
Useless shite. I don't like him.
Andrew Conway.
Yeah, that's fair. Judging by what people have been saying, I mean, he performed really well. It would be hard. Jesse Creel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was pretty shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's playing in Colby's position, but
You know who actually was really shit? Because I love watching him play.
I think he is a centre. He's not a wing.
yeah.
I'm not
You know
saying he's a
who-
bad player. Just on a wing, I just don't think he's there.
You know
And
who I
then-
think was fantastic, but like going into the autumn, but played shit, and it's more of a reflection of how the team performed. But he
Yeah.
kind of suffered. Montana Ioane?
For fullback.
No, the big
For a wing.
the winger, yeah, for Italy.
I was going to say for fullback, Minozzi.
Oh, Matteo Minossi's shit. His attitude's wild.
Yeah, he's brutal.
He used to be so good, and now it's just kind of.
He was too tired to play for Italy.
Can anyone guess who
no.
my fullback would be?
Go.
William Williams.
No.
No.
You should know this.
You say Stuart Hogg, I'm banging up.
Curtly Veal.
Oh,
Oh,
Curly
Veal.
Yeah.
Nah, because he came off the bench twice, so.
Yeah, true.
I think Minozzi's probably the best option there.
I agree.
I'm trying to think of the fullbacks that we've had. Hogg, absolutely not getting.
No.
McNichol was so good. McNichol was really good this
Becca was good. Liam Williams is good. I just don't like him.
Yeah.
Freddie Stewart.
Stewart was amazing.
Is
Hugo Keenan's decent.
Better than decent.
I do like Hugo Keenan. I just feel like he's decentness like this autumn. He's not being like amazing. Do you know what I mean?
Buffelli was pretty poor, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Buffelli. Go with Buffelli after today.
Especially after that shocker today.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, there's a.
There we go. There is your overrated, your Autumn Nation Series overrated 15. Stephen Kitshoff, Cody Taylor, and Xander Ferguson in the front row. Johnny Hill and James Ryan or Paul Williamson in the second row. Arnie Savia, Sam Underhill, and Gregory Aldrete as the back row. Who was scrum half again? Conor Murray. 10 was Dan Biggar.
Or Gareth Anderson.
10 was Sam Johnson, and Len Ikitau. On the wings was I forgot already.
Creel.
Johnny May.
And May.
Who?
Johnny May.
Who was the other one?
Creel.
Jesse Creel.
Oh, Jesse Creel, Johnny May, and fullback was Emiliano Buffelli. So there you go. And I'll put a nice little edit and throw that out this week and just get all the hate and eat it all up.
Also, can we also say, if that was a team maybe 5 years ago, that could have been one of the best teams in the world.
That's still an exciting team. Well,
Still a very good team. It's just very much overrated.
Just to reiterate, before people start going absolute ape shit in the comments, overrated does not mean you're a bad player.
They're already bashing us as we speak now.
I'm feeling the people just freak out.
I can feel it too.
The James Ryan bashing, we got it last week, so I may as well go for a second week.
Yeah.
James Ryan bashing with Sam Underhill Bastion's going to make a nice little return, and the Johnny May one's coming back with a vengeance. So let's go.
Well, I think we've covered that. If anyone has any last points to bring up,
I think we covered everything.
Let's just go for the Six Nations. Can't wait. I genuinely cannot wait for the Six Nations now.
I'm not. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not. Let's not call anyone yet, because there'll be something special coming for that.
Yes.
There'll be something very special coming for that. Murray, as well, who we've partnered with, Surprise Stash. What is the code if people want to get 15% off?
We're running down to Christmas now. If you genuinely can't think of something to get, like a rugby nuthead of your family, go over to Surprise Stash and use the code rugbyconnection. It's all one word, it's all lowercase, and you get 15% off. And we've had zero complaints. I mean, you got your first one. You got Kenya.
Love
yes.
Kenya. It's so nice in the gym. Very helpful.
There you go.
I did run a 3K in 10 minutes 35 today.
Have you got any more sponsors, or is your match point predicted?
Match point is over. Simeon 2 weeks in a row got the Welsh score within 1 or 2 points. I know Wales. Apart from that,
there we go. We could do a little round up of the All Nations. You know how Wales score. I know the Scotland squad in and out. Kyle, you need to speak on behalf of Sean for this one for Ireland.
You just win everything now.
You're just winning.
You're just winning.
Yeah, that's it.
And on that very, very happy note, thank you very much, Diolch yn fawr iawn, for joining us on the Rugby Connection podcast. Hwyl fawr.
See you later.